The land down under, home to mysterious creatures and some of the best Pokemon trainers getting ready for battle and going head to head. Only one will be crowned the Oceana International Champion, and we're about to find out right now live alongside Will Dunphy, Gabby Snyder, Chris Reisner joining you on the call. The winners finals here. This is Fish on a Heater versus Yakovovich. Both of them have already guaranteed their prize, their travel award and their spot in Worlds, but they're competing to go to the grand finals to become grand champion. And let's see how this goes. Fish on a Heater versus Yakovovich. We got two flyers going head to head. And Gliscor versus Noctowl. We're going to see Fish build up some energy like he likes to do, and then swap into the Umbreon. Fish utilized that strategy a lot on day one, where he would build up energy with his Charizard and then save it for later. And luring out the Medicham with Umbreon can be an effective strategy here. Sometimes Umbreon's able to force a shield. Let's see if that's the case. It looked like Yakovovich was pretty quick on the swap, so it might not be able to. And Fish going to throw another foul play. This not quite going to KO, but Yakovovich doesn't want to risk it. Probably would have had to throw energy and would have given Fish a chance to flip switch if he had let that go. So I think that's smart. Now has all this Ice Punch energy to threaten the Gliscor, and Fish is going to take one, and there's a second one. And now all that energy that Gliscor had has to be, you have to shield to get rid of it. We see the quick combo play, just putting Fish in a really awkward spot. Some really aggressive plays from Yakovovich. And there's a Abomasnow in back. And Yakovovich with a little nod of the head. Feeling good because Abomasnow is going to have to expend shields here to get rid of this Noctowl. And even after that, there's a fully healthy Umbreon sitting, waiting, chilling in the back. And one foul play might be all you need here. Might barely live a foul play, Abomasnow will, but not by much. And foul play coming through. And just a pretty comfortable win here in game one for Yakovovich. I consider Noctowl just like a very comfortable matchup against Gliscor. Gliscor has that unique flying ground typing, which gives it a lot of nice matchups. But when you can only really throw for Night Slashes against a fellow flyer and you're not threatening that hard-hitting Earthquake, it just becomes a pretty poor matchup for Gliscor. And that judge is Rosario, a.k.a. Ross. Such a nice dude. I definitely had some FOMO. Because these international championships are just so cool. For me, it would have been like a $2,100 flight to go to Melbourne. So I was telling Chad at the beginning of the stream, someone asked why I didn't go. That's why. I would have had to get top two to make my money back, right? And no one seemed to be beating Yakovovich on this day. So, a confident game one win. Let's see if Fish on a Heater can make any adjustments. Tough lead for Fish. Obama into Medi. Going to save swap his own Medi. And Yakovovich doesn't have a strong response, so he's going to stay in, but he is a counter ahead, and he wisely throws his Psychic to essentially get a free denial here. We're going to see an Ice Punch bait from Fish. This is risky, bro. But he does get the shield. High risk, high reward, potentially. And CMP here on the Psychic, and hold up, wait. I'm confused. Oh, God, what just happened? So Yakovovich is ahead by a counter. Wait, sorry. This is tripping me out. and the stream isn't reacting to my clicks. Apologies, I know I'm going back, but this is confusing me. Fish gets the bait. Oh, he didn't throw right away. He did one extra. He did one extra. Okay. I was like, how did he not get there first? So a bit of a misplay from Fish. Probably should have just thrown that Psychic immediately. Maybe thought he would win CMP. Haha, Jimma, very funny. Very funny, Jimma. Foul play coming through. I don't know like exactly how this matchup plays out, but like I would presume Umbreon is favored here because 2 foul plays essentially KOs and you outpace. I would think it kind of just outbulks Abomasnow. But we do see Fish land the energy ball. Foul play coming through. Very nice overfarm by Fish. Nice timing. Weather Ball going to knock out Umbreon. Back comes the Medicham. But this just seems like a lot of work for Lantern to deal with. Going to throw the Surf to potentially force the last shield. And does so. Jakobrovich probably only gets a 1 move. So just throws the Psychic. And oh man. Fish tried to call the bait. And there ended up being this Spark Lantern in the back anyway. So even if Fish calls that bait, right? Or shields the Psychic, this was looking tough anyway. And this is just too much health on this Lantern for Abomasnow to take down. It seems like in a lot of regionals, you see Abomasnows end up like going down to Lanterns. Because Abomasnow has to land that energy ball, right? It has to land that energy ball, which is 55 energy. Otherwise, you're not really threatening the Lantern. So, yeah, of course, if you line it up like even energy, it's a good matchup for Abomasnow. But in certain situations, not so much. And here we go. Game number 3. Jakobrovich trying to secure his spot in the grand finals. And it's the Abominable Snowman versus Umbreon. A nice catch onto the Gliscor. And Gliscor is relatively safe against Jakobovich's team. It's not going to get hard punished by anything. So I do kind of like that catch. But also, if you're Jakobovich, you can simply just stay in here, right? You can simply just stay in here, win this matchup, and then line up your Medicham with the Abomasnow. Earthquake lands, makes the ground shake, like that trap song, right? And gonna get to another foul play here, and Fish fighting for switch, but going down 2 shields in the process, and this just doesn't seem like a great position. Could have done 1 more wing attack there, not a huge deal. Takes out Umbreon. Does get off the Earthquake here, which might grab a shield, but to be honest, once Glai's out of the picture, Jakobovich, he's just like, I'm going to just put this all on Medi. Worst case, it's like double flyer with Noctowl. But it's not. And now Medi is looking fierce. However, if Lantern can pull a shield here, this starts to become interesting. Because it's not like you can one-shot the Abomasnow. Takes the Surf. Oh, man. Oh, man. Has to shield. Does Medi win CMP over Lantern? I don't know. Chat, you guys probably know. Oh, it catches on the Lantern. Nicely done. Which is going to give his Medi an extra counter of farm. Medi is low, but still has a shield. Gets to the Ice Punch. And this should be just barely enough to knock out the Lantern. Bang. Knocks out the Lantern. Knocks out the Fish. And a 3-0 for Jakobovich. Chat going crazy. Enhoff, DJ Enterprise. Look at Valiant Vish with his own graphic. 2023 Brisbane Regional Champion. 2022 Melbourne Regional Finalist. 2022 World's Top 16. Dang, bro. Vish has his own graphic. These are probably two Pokemon you guys haven't seen in the Open Great League meta. Medicham and Noctowl. And it's a positive lead for Vish. If we look at the back lines, Lantern and Charizard versus Dunsparce and Medi. So Vish's Medi doesn't have a ton of play because, like, let's say he wins Switch, he might counter the Lantern with Medi, which would be fine. But he might also counter the Lantern with... No, he probably counters the Lantern with Dunsparce. Anyway. Losers finals, best of 5. Fish versus Vish. And we're going to see the Lantern swap, which is risky, man. Like, what if Vish brought Trev? He didn't. And this is what I was afraid of. Fish lures out the Dunsparce. And now that Charizard could be very problematic in the back. Drill Run coming through. Lands. Another Drill Run. Threatening to knock out the Lantern. Lantern hangs on, but doesn't reach the Surf. One rollout takes it out. Fish is going to get a nice farm here with Medi. Come out with a lot of energy. And, oh, Valiant Vish just doesn't quite get there. Now, what is he going to come in with? Does he want to absorb this? No, he's going to come in with Knock and throw immediately, which will draw a shield. Knock has a ton of energy here. But the problem is now, if he lets one go, which makes sense, right? You know you can take one. Now this Charizard in the back is going to be difficult for the Medi. Fish going to take the Sky Attack. Throws the Ice Punch. Vish going to let it go. Put it on Medi. And then the Charizard swap. Now, oh man. And this becomes a bit of a bait game, right? Calls the Claw, but like at this point now, Wing Attacks start to threaten. At this point, Wing Attack, I think you gotta just double shield, even if they're Claws. Gets the defense drop. Oh man. Ice Punch comes through. Oh, wait a sec. Wait. Hold up. Sorry, that was pretty bad commentary. There's a lot going on. I'm like trying to think of like what I would do in this situation and also like commentate. He still had both shields. If he commits to the Psychic there, I don't think he reaches a move against Medi. I think he gets countered down. So I think that's probably what Vish was thinking there. Gets the defense fell. Yeah, if he goes for Psychic there, he's too low. He can't take out the Medicham. Well played by Fish on a heater. And probably the main thing Vish could have done differently would have been to, I guess, counter the Lantern with Medi. But that's probably not a guaranteed win, right? Lantern can probably flip that matchup. So we got a 1-0 for Vish. You'd be mad to run Trev. Fair point. I didn't consider that. Shadow Obama Snow, Gliscor, Umbreon, Charizard. Yikes. Yeah. Trev doesn't have much place to go against Fishana Heater's team. We got some fans enjoying the action as these trainers queue up for the next game. Vish also rocking that Mew, sporting the bad Mews. Very nice. And here, game 2, we've got Lantern against Dunsparce. Slightly favorable for Dunsparce. Oh, man. Tried to catch a Drill Run, Fish did. Unsuccessful. And now we've got the Noctowl on Gliscor. And this is pretty good because this Gliscor is going to be like approaching Sky Attack and Farm Down range. And all it can do, right, like we talked about, is just fire off these non-stab Night Slashes against Nock. And these Night Slashes not going to hurt very much. Vish, Jakobrovich said he runs a bulky, a high-rank Noctowl. Do you also run a bulky Noctowl? Because sometimes when I see the CPs and it's not $14.99, I think, okay, maybe it's like a high attack one, but this one just seems bulky. I don't know why. I feel like based off the damage it's taken, it just seems bulky. I don't know if I can actually tell that or not. Surf lands on Medi, and it's met by the Charizard, and this is interesting. Fish gonna let it go. Vish didn't quite have the Psychic loaded. Wanted to get off his move first, I think. Goes to the Blast Burn. Claw might have been enough. Would have been close, so maybe the right call. And now this is just so much for Dunsparce to try and go through. Potentially could have done one rollout there and then thrown. But didn't want to allow Charizard to get the move off first, I'm presuming. Another Blast Burn coming through does make the correct shield call. Oh, nice patience here. Gets a free rollout. But it's like at this point you got to shield something. Gonna go for the drill run here. Do we see like a potential undercharge? That'd be... Oh my god, we do? But it's a little too much, I think. It's a little too much. Shoot. The right idea. Just a little bit too much of an undercharge. And Vish shakes his head, knows that this one is going to go to Fish. But here's the thing, right? If, let's say, let's rewind a bit. How much energy did Charizard have? Charizard didn't have that much energy. Interesting. Only needed like one rollout there. Might have only needed like one rollout there on the farm. But no, because maybe the wing attacks put it into claw range. So, no, you're right. You're right. Very difficult. Just like a high pressure moment and just had to be like perfectly exact for any win con there in the end game. Very tough. 2-0 lead for Fish on a Heater. By the way, you Australians, anybody know like where his name came from? I always thought that was a funny name. Vish trying to regroup, trying to think of his strats for game number 3. Fish, one game away from a rematch against Jakobrovich. Zionic's trying to like explain to people. Dude, that's the thing with... I know the game's about to start. That's the game with Twitch chat is like some people are like, why didn't he tap all the bubbles? Why did he miss the bubbles? And Zionic's like trying to explain to people. It's like a strategy to undercharge to get more farm. All right, Gliscor versus Medi. I would consider it a favorable lead for Gliscor, right? But these Ice Punches do hurt. We're going to see a shield come up right away. Vish going to swap his Noctowl. It's met by the Lantern. Pretty hard check, even with Water Gun. Lantern's bulky enough where I presume it lives 2 Shadow Balls, as you see. And Thunderbolt should be enough from here. Actually allows Vish to get to this Shadow Ball, though, first. Which is going to put his Lantern quite low. Going for Surf. Interesting. Maybe anticipated a shield? Throws before the sky attack? This is going to give Vish a nice farm. Could have even considered farming with the Dunsparce, but I think you run the risk of Lantern getting to another Surf there, which would be kind of bad. Calls the Night Slash. Gets off the Ice Punch. It's CMP. This is just a Night Slash. And Vish knows it. He's going to take it. Do we see the second shield come up from Fish? We don't. And now we see the swap into Dunsparce. Dunsparce up a shield, looking pretty good here. Rock Slide won't be enough to KO, but it'll do quite a bit to Obama. Grabs the final shield from Fish on a heater, going for the energy ball here. Ooh, last second shield from Vish. Rock Slide coming through should put Obama deep into the red. Okay, not that deep. Vish gonna shield here. Gliscor doesn't have that much energy, so as long as you come out of here with a Rock Slide, you should be good. Goes for the Drill Run. Vish? Was this a BM? Or was this like not an intentional BM, just like all I need is a Drill Run to KO here, so I'll just throw the Drill Run. It was a pick-me-up. I can see that. Be like, game 1, game 2 didn't go my way, but I'm going to Drill Run your Gliscor because I'm back in it. How about that? That's exactly what Vish said. I actually heard him from my spot in the crowd. Just kidding. Here we go. Game number 4. Vish staying alive. My low fees playlist is ending soon. Godly Smokes, thank you very much for the follow. And chat, Combo Panda, first time chatter, asked if I could help him with a Mega Raid. I'm a little busy, Combo Panda. Game number 4. Medi into Noctowl. Repeat of game 1, I believe. Lantern Swat met by Medi. Dude, Fish with his team is just like absolutely banking on no Trevenant, right? Like, so weak to a Trev lead. But like we talked about, just 4 hard checks to Trev. Psychic lands. That's big. Gonna get to another Surf here. We're gonna see a no shield from Vish. He's gonna be able to maintain, or not maintain, but take switch advantage, I should say. And this looks pretty favorable for Vish right now. He is down a shield, though. Psychic. Going to land here. I think Medi gets to another Psychic. Yeah, for sure. So I think this is smart from Fish. Wisely throwing the Ice Punch. Gonna knock out Medicham. And now we see Dunsparce versus Charizard. Dunsparce, however, down a shield. And rollout is just such a terrible move. Just such a terrible move. Blast Burn gets shielded. It is a CMP. But Charizard's going to get to another Blast Burn. Already has another Blast Burn. And is over farming wisely. Throws at the last possible second. This should be enough to KO, I would think. Bang. Takes out Dunsparce and gets to another Blast Burn on the Noctowl. And Noctowl needs to be able to farm down. Not quite, no. Just has to throw here, but really nice awareness from Valiant Vish of the energy. Only one wing attack away. And going to be able to take that. Yeah, definitely a situation where I think a lot of trainers might have fumbled that endgame. Might have maybe thrown a little bit earlier. Maybe not have had enough energy. But really good composure there from Vish. And he's going to tie it up 2-2 in the losers finals. Chat's going wild. Game 5. They're saying, counting on point. Vish is so good. Whoa. Who's fumbling that, Sinister Axe? I don't know. I just feel like the Medi hadn't appeared in a little bit. Maybe they get kind of scared and they like sky attack it right away, and then Charizard outpaces to a claw, something like that. Here we go. Game number 5. Let's go to the grand finals, and it's a favorable lead for Fish. Umbreon and Dunsparce, neutral matchup in terms of the typings. However, oh, and a nice catch from Vish. Gonna save all that energy he had on Dunsparce. And there is no hard response. There is no hard response to the Noctowl. So it looks like Fish may just stay in here and keep his alignment. Because if he just can keep his alignment and get Medi on Dunsparce, that is good for him. Sky attack coming through. If you look at the Twitch chat, like some people are saying Vish has got this, some people are saying Fish has got this. Oh my gosh. Twitch chat undefeated, bro. Foul play coming through. And Valiant Vish gonna elect to let it go, and will probably farm down with the Medicham. And Fish on a Heater gonna get this foul play to chip the Medicham. So if you're Fish on a Heater, you have Switch, and you're feeling pretty good here. We do know that Vish has all this energy stored, though, which could be tricky. We could see like a potential combo play at some point. Very nice combo play, which will grab a shield here from Charizard. But now we're going to see the Medi come in. And the awkward thing here, right, is if you're Fish on a Heater, your switch clocks are desynced. So you're aware that Vish may try and get out at some point. However, these counters really chunking. So I don't know if Vish can even get out, to be honest, by the time Dunsparce goes down. Going to land another Drill Run. Valiant Vish still with both shields. Has to make a decision here. Going to let it go. Ice Punch. Doesn't knock out. Going to land another Drill Run here. Might be able to swap out after this. No, the counter KO'd anyway. Ice Punch. This is so brutal because, like, you got to shield something, right? Otherwise, wing attacks will just KO. We see an immediate Claw. And a no shield. Knows he has to call it. Going for the Psychic. Going for the Psychic. Are we going to see a shield from Fish? No shield from Fish. Knows his normal Charizard can survive one. Ice Punch coming through. But there's still a shield. And even if Vish had committed to counters, you can see that one extra counter would not have been enough. And Fish on a Heater pulls off a bit of an upset, some might say, and just continues his really impressive run onto the finals. Game number 1. Terrific lead for Yakovovich. Lantern into Charizard. Trader's having a laugh. And Fish is, oh my gosh, he's forced to swap his Water Gun Lantern into a Spark Lantern, which is quite the negative matchup for Water Gun Lantern. And after landing the Thunderbolt, we're going to see Umbreon come in here. Umbreon going to be able to absorb all this damage. Just such a bulky beast it is. Going to double up on Foul Play before throwing. Fish knows he can tank one. And going to go for this Thunderbolt here. This will not threaten to knock out the Umbreon. And Yakovovich just perfectly content, just allowing Umbreon to take this. And gonna double up once again to have a foul play. Oh, shield from Fish. I don't know if I like this play. But I guess he has to fight for Switch. He has to fight for Switch as his only choice. Otherwise, Lantern's matched up with Charizard. So he goes down both shields to flip Switch advantage. And will land a Thunderbolt here on the Lantern. But Yakovlevich knows that, like, okay, I lost Switch, but even down shields, my Medicham with Psychic is going to be fine here because this Psychic does so much. I should be able to counter down afterwards. Psychic, bang. Gonna respect with the shield here, but honestly, you could just double shield. I mean, Dragon Claw from Charizard probably going to do almost as much as foul play from Umbreon anyway, so you just a double shield here, pretty simple. And Umbreon's going to need 2 foul plays to knock out Medi from this range, so Medi's just going to dish out a ton of counter damage in the process before Umbreon can take down Mr. Bulky Fighter. Medi says, ow, that hurt. Oh, Fish actually could have thrown there, right? Fish actually could have thrown and knocked it out, but I think was going for good timing instead. Foul play knocks out Medi. And Lantern has quite a bit of energy anyway and isn't in foul play range either. So once again, Yakovlevich with another win. Yeah, good lead. Just had to make sure he... Well, I say that. Just had to make sure he had to retain alignment, but he actually didn't. He just ended up taking a 2 shield advantage instead. Game number 2. 1-0 lead for Yakovlevich. Medi into Gliscor. And Yakovlevich seems perfectly content staying in this matchup. He knows Ice Punch does a heck of a lot of damage to Gliscor. Gonna swap in the Umbreon and met by Lantern. This is not bad. This is not bad for Umbreon. In fact, Umbreon might even win this matchup. I'm not sure. It's probably a close matchup, I would think. Fish going for the Thunderbolt, knowing that it's likely to go unshielded. People usually not going to shield their Umbreons unless it's like a very powerful move. Gonna go for another foul play. It is a CMP tie here. And now here things start to become a little tricky. So we are going to see a shield. And Yakovlevich is going to fight for Switch. Foul play, not enough. Can he get the Snarl down? Didn't look like it, so he's going to go for the foul play here. Lantern would have lived one more Snarl, I believe. In comes Gly. Foul play. I don't think this is or Night Slash rather. I don't think this is enough. Yeah. Kind of awkward. Has to throw double Night Slash. That's like so much energy to expend just to take out something that's so low. And comes in with the Lantern. Maybe making the read of what's probably in the back. And just lets it go. Oh my god. Surf going through. Knocks out. And not over yet, right? Fish still has both shields, but Weather Ball might not even be enough from here. Oh my god, calls the Weather Ball. Nasty. Nasty call, dude. And the Spark down. Oh my gosh. Jeez Louise. That is crazy. I actually don't think that was necessary, was it? Let's rewind. Instant replay. So he's at double, right? If he shields, like you still get a few more counters. I don't know. Maybe it was necessary. Maybe maybe that was necessary because Obama ends up with the weather ball, but he still has the shield. So I think that was necessary to call. I don't know. That's tricky. Oh man, what a crazy game. Wow. Chat's blowing up. And here we are. Up to this point, Vich has won 17 games. He has lost once. He is undefeated in terms of matches. Fish on a heater trying to stay alive. And Mr. Jakobovich, one win away from becoming OCIC champion and catches a positive lead into the Obama Snow. Shield comes up from the Gliscor, and we're going to see it met by an Umbreon. And Umbreon eats earthquakes for breakfast. We're going to see a no shield here. Does under 50% damage. Umbreon going to start spamming off these foul plays. The next earthquake, though, may threaten to knock out. So we are going to see Fish go for it right away. And wow, confident that Umbreon can hang on. Lets it go to get off this foul play. Does this foul play knock out? It doesn't, and one wing attack KOs. And we see the look from Jakobovich. Loses switch advantage. But Fish on a heater went ABA weak. And Jakobovich can't believe it. ABA weak to Medi. But this game is not over, because we know Obama Snow has a positive matchup against the Lantern in the back. However, Fish on a heater is down a shield, which could come into play. And Jakobovich might be inclined to shield here, as he does, to try and put some pressure on that Obama Snow. Ice Punch coming through. I don't think Umbreon gets to another foul play. Does it live 2 counters? It doesn't. And now this Obama Snow just has so much work to do. Jakobovich doubles up on Ice Punch. Going to get both of these off and potentially put this Obama Snow into surf range. And he's nodding his head. He's feeling good. And he knows that Lantern's bulky enough, should be able to live an energy ball. And Fish on a heater knows it as well. So he doesn't bother throwing the energy ball. Surf takes out the Obama Snow. And wow, what amazing scenes as Jakobovich takes down Fish on a heater and wins the Grand Championship. Awesome performance. As Caleb Pang said, the highest win rate. I don't know what he's saying here. If you want to shed some light, Jakobovich. But the highest win rate at any regional or international for Go. With an 18-1 absolute domination.